Did you know that St. Luke's University Health Network has been recognized by the U.S. government as the highest performing health system in the United States for quality? You heard right. St. Luke's #1 recognition affirms our status as the top leader among the most respected healthcare providers in the nation, including Houston Methodist and the Mayo Clinic. To state it simply, if you want to receive the best care when you go to a hospital, come to St. Luke's.
Excuse me! Taxi!
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Are under investigation. I want to read this to you. So this is one day, Jillian, before he opens fire here at this hockey game. He's defending online trans Congresswoman Sarah McBride. You know her. He wrote in part on X, "Don't be so butthurt over somebody's different than you. Then don't wonder why trans people go effing berserk." Investigators say this was a targeted attack. They know that for sure. Sources telling Fox it was a dispute within the family. That's why he showed up there with at least one weapon that led to this tragedy. The gunman killed his...
All right, that's a little report on Fox News, a little bit of tidbit about what this guy was doing on social media. This guy underwent transgender reassignment surgery, whatever you call it, gender-affirming surgery from man to woman in 2020. Now, what could have brought him to that decision, huh? Maybe that it was made suddenly cool by the left. I mean, not only cool, but amazing status and even power and money if you go that way. Although that doesn't really happen, and the same problems you had before will remain. Hey, there's a remarkable person who joins us. Her name is Jaimee Michell. She is the founder of something called Gays Against Groomers. They do amazing work. She is anti-woke on the left and anti-woke on the right, by the way. Right can be kind of woke. Totally pro-Israel and totally America first. Welcome, Jaimee Michell. How have you been?
Hey, Greg. Good to be back with you. I'm good.
It's, under these circumstances, here we go again.
I know.
It's like but this is now, I mean, I feel like what is it? It's a chronic health threat, a public health menace. This transgender thing, there's no denying it. There's a tie to school shootings and mass shootings and violence.
Yeah, it's just insane. I mean, it's like, can we go 1 week without a violent trans person shooting people up and ending their lives? It's just crazy. And yeah, it is a public safety threat at this point. There was just data that came out that showed that, there's no other minority of people or demographic of people that is as violent as these trans identified people are. And I say trans identified because the whole trans thing, the whole transgenderism is a lie. You can't switch genders. Transitioning to the opposite sex is impossible. So, it's like make-believe. They live in the land of make-believe. They're very mentally unwell. To even consider yourself to be trans, you have to have gender dysphoria, which is a mental disorder, by the way. The left loves to say that it's not anymore, but it is, and it always has been.
Let me ask you, how do we get here? Because, all right, gender dysphoria is a mental illness, and it's always been exceedingly rare. And now there's been like a 5,000% increase in adolescents identifying as trans or non-binary. This came from somewhere. This is not organic. And tell us where it came from and how it came about.
Well, the history of gender ideology and gender identity goes back, I think, to the 60s, maybe 50s. A man named John Money, he was a doctor, a psychiatrist, I believe, and he coined the term gender identity. It is made up. It is crafted out of nowhere. And I think the surge in the percentage of trans-identified people, especially among youth, is contributed to many things. I think, I think that it's partially and largely a social fad. I always say it's kind of like when I was growing up, there were emo phases and goth phases, and this is just another phase that kids are going through and that is being pushed on them to seem cool and trendy, except this time when you snap out of a phase, as all kids do, it's been common knowledge for all of human history that children go through phases. But this time when they snap out of it, they're missing body parts and they're left chemically castrated. I think that obviously the motivator behind this is, there are evil people that are running these institutions like the medical industrial complex. Trans medicine now is like a multi-billion-dollar a year industry. And the sooner that you hook a person up into the transgenderism, the more money you're going to make, because people often get confused. Being trans, it's not a noun. It's actually a verb. It's not a one and done thing. Like, you have to take these medications for the rest of your life, or else you will not be trans anymore. I mean, if you want to even say you are trans. So the sooner they can hook these people up, these poor kids up into this system, and the medical institution, the more money they'll make off of them. And the whole thing is just tragic, and I don't know how many more people have to die before society as a whole will wake up and say, okay, what we're doing isn't working. Giving these mentally unwell people cross-sex hormones and pumping them full of synthetic chemicals isn't helping their mental health. It's making it worse.
And this individual was no kid when he started this stuff. He was born in 1969. Right. That makes him 56 years old. So did this in their 50s, this transition thing. I want you to listen to, I think for adults, the draw is possibly prestige and status. This is Sarah McBride in 2016, introduced at the Democrat National Convention. And it really is quite something. They introduce her as this transgender person, and that's all she talks about. Check this out, okay?
Sarah, it is an honor to make history with you because we are stronger together.
She's at the podium. She's basking in it.
Thank you so much, Congressman. My name is Sarah McBride, and I am a proud transgender American.
And the crowd goes crazy. It's so interesting to see her just enjoying, inhaling this moment. Mm-hmm. And to me, it's a shortcut to status. And for her, it was a shortcut to Congress. That's 8 years ago. Now she's in Congress right now. And as a major national leader, do you think some people are conned into that? Hey, I could be like Caitlyn Jenner. Look at all the stuff. Caitlyn Jenner's not on the cover of a magazine because of the 1976 Olympics, right? It's because.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's definitely a way to get attention. In our woke culture, it's like climbing the totem pole of oppression Olympics. The more oppressed you can be, the more victimization you can play into, the more attention you'll get, the more praise and accolades, because on the left, the only thing that matters, it isn't the content of your character. It's like your identity. It's your race. It's your sexual orientation. It's your believed, opposite gender. And so, yeah, definitely that's the appeal for adults. I think it's also, a sexual fetish for the most part, like this Roberta character, the killer at the hockey rink. A lot of these men have autogynephilia. It's a sexual fetish where they want to be women. It turns them on. It's actually quite disgusting. I don't know if this is actually okay to say on the radio, like to talk about that stuff, but I urge your listeners to look into that autogynephilia. These people, and then there's a lot of pictures that came out of this man who identified as trans at the gym. He was in the locker rooms with women. It gets him closer to women, to prey on women and young girls. The whole thing is just sick. And we need to, as a society, stop catering to the delusions of mentally ill people, mentally ill men. It's just, I don't know how much more we can ignore it, how much longer it can be ignored.
Wow. Well, I went there. Autogynephilia, it's a thing. And they've been oh boy, this is autogynephilia. It sounds gross. It is gross. Couple of quick things. Number one, you mentioned the medical industrial complex. This is a $1 billion industry. Now, I know the Trump administration just got some medical association to say, or maybe it was just HHS saying, like, this is bad. We don't want to do it anymore. But now talking to you, and I'm feeling like that's just lip service. This thing is, you can't shut down a $1 billion industry with a press release.
Oh, they're going to fight tooth and nail, but the Trump administration has done some great stuff. Like they're saying that they're going to withhold Medicare and Medicaid to hospitals that continue this abuse of children. And so that has actually caused many of them to pause. It's very important that this stuff gets put into law. You can only do so much with an executive order, or just a policy like that isn't approved by Congress. So the fight isn't over. You know, the fight has gotten easier with Trump in office. And the wind is kind of at our backs, but that can change very quickly. And yeah, it is a multi-billion-dollar a year industry, and these people are not going to give it up easily.